President Trump reignited his public feud with Elon Musk on July 1 in Washington, turning the tension into an unexpected threat of deportation. Speaking to the press, Trump suggested he might explore having Musk deported to his native South Africa, a comment met with raised eyebrows across political and tech circles. The remark followed Musk's recent criticism of Trump's tax and budget proposals, which Musk aired in blunt terms on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. Hours earlier, Trump had posted on Truth Social that he was considering directing the Department of Government Efficiency, formerly chaired by Musk, to scrutinize billions in government contracts awarded to Musk's various companies. "I'll have to take a look," Trump told reporters when asked if deportation was on the table. Then, in a comment veering into parody, he quipped, "We might have to put DOGE on Elon. You know what DOGE is. DOGE is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies." Trump's mention of DOGE was a clear jab at Dogecoin, the meme coin Musk has publicly backed, and possibly a play on the Department of Government Efficiency's acronym. Critics and experts quickly weighed in on the legality of such a deportation, pointing out that Musk is a naturalized U.S. citizen born in South Africa, effectively insulating him from deportation to his birth country. Lawyers also noted that revoking citizenship typically requires a conviction for treason or similar serious crimes, far from the realm of political criticism. Some analysts interpreted Trump's threat as political theater, a theatrical escalation meant to stoke headlines and energize supporters amid a mounting clash with tech industry leaders. Meanwhile, Musk's own circle responded with measured humor and caution. A spokesperson for Musk declined to comment directly on the deportation threat but reminded reporters that Musk's citizenship status and contract rules are governed by legal statute, not presidential whim. In the tech world, the reaction was swift. Several Twitter users, now X users, mocked Trump's remarks, with one account writing, "Next thing you know, he'll be deporting Mark Zuckerberg back to college dorms." Others called the deportation line theatrics, not policy. Inside government circles, the talk shifted to how much real weight Trump's words carry. Even conservative lawmakers sympathetic to Trump noted that such remarks set a dangerous precedent, undermining standard immigration and naturalization protections. They emphasized that policy disputes with citizens, even high-profile ones, do not justify revoking their citizenship or deportation. Meanwhile, Musk's criticism of Trump's budget and tax proposals continued casting a spotlight on fiscal policy debates. Musk has argued repeatedly that the current direction threatens innovation in sectors like space exploration, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence. His stance resonated with business leaders and free market advocates, who appreciate his articulation of how heavy regulation and corporate oversight may suppress economic growth. As Trump's threat shot into public consciousness, media outlets across the spectrum hedged carefully. Some described it as bluster, unbecoming of a former White House occupant running for another term. Others framed it as a strategic message aimed at tech-savvy voters concerned about big government overreach. Political strategists say incidents like this can help Trump solidify support among populist and anti-establishment factions. They add that the drama with a Trump-turned adversary like Musk plays well into Trump's long-standing narrative of battling a so-called deep state elite. Yet there's the counterpoint, essentially. Threatening a billionaire engineer who helped reshape key industries with deportation talk risks painting Trump as anti-business. Some business-friendly Republicans expressed frustration, fearing the rhetoric could reshape the GOP's appeal to investors and innovators. Beyond legalities, the exchange underscores a growing rift between politics and tech. High-profile tech leaders have become increasingly vocal in political discourse, particularly around issues like net neutrality, surveillance, corporate welfare, and public accountability. And Trump has not hesitated to push back when those voices challenge him. On the campaign trail, Trump supporters cheered his line on Truth Social, praising his swagger and willingness to take on Silicon Valley. They see it as a sign he remains unfiltered and unpredictable, the same traits that fueled his earlier political rise. At the same time, global observers watched closely. U.S. deportation of a naturalized citizen sparked international headlines and raised questions about democratic norms and institutional stability. Commentators in Europe and Asia saw it as a stark reminder of how volatile U.S. politics have become, and how deeply individual leaders can influence public policy discourse. Against this backdrop, Musk continued to post on X about sustainable energy, open-source development, and fiscal responsibility, or what he called, the structural health of the U.S. economy. He explicitly framed his comments as an effort to push the government toward policies that support innovation rather than restrict it. Alliances started to fall into place. Some free market think tanks and libertarian-leaning groups praised Musk's stance, saying it highlighted a dangerous trend of government favoritism through subsidies. Critics, however, accused Musk of hypocrisy, pointing out that his companies have historically benefited from federal contracts, tax incentives, and subsidies. Most agreed the timing was notable, a flashpoint where policy, personality, and populism collided. Trump, meanwhile, appears to be betting on continued friction with tech magnates to distinguish his next campaign. He signaled that his team will scrutinize not only Musk's contracts but potentially other giga companies seen as benefiting from government largesse. Whether that extends into serious impeachment-like investigations or simply more public pressure remains to be seen. In the short term, officials don't anticipate the Justice Department or DHS launching any deportation proceedings against Musk. Internal memos reportedly confirm that civil rights protections for naturalized citizens create significant legal attachment to such actions, if they were even proposed. That said, Trump's rhetoric has already shaken policy discussions. Congress members from both parties have begun issuing letters requesting oversight of Musk's contracts, particularly with NASA and the Pentagon. Some want to know if any conflict of interest exists between his political statements and his company's financial ties to government. The contrast is clear: Trump's high-drama approach versus quieter, law-based oversight efforts underway in Capitol Hill. Meanwhile, Musk hasn't backed down. On X, he posted stat charts and commentary linking government subsidies to lagging performance metrics in solar and space ventures. He's demanding transparency and accountability to match the public scrutiny. As the feud deepens, it's become a flashpoint for bigger cultural debates, between unbridled executive power and procedural democracy, between entrepreneurial innovation and government regulation. For now, the headlines will likely remain: Trump threatening deportation, Musk firing back with data and ideology. But policymakers say it's the next few weeks that matter. Hearings, oversight letters, and possibly subpoenas. And if Trump is serious about placing someone on trial for their political stance, the legal groundwork will have to come from lawmakers, not tweets. Still, it's worth asking, what if the boundaries continue to blur? What if presidential threats become just another political tool? It's a question that goes beyond Trump and Musk. It's about the nature of power and how it operates in technology-age democracies. For now, Musk remains in the U.S., his citizenship intact, his companies still under contract. But what once was light sparring has turned into a potentially systemic tug-of-war, one that may define the next chapter in tech-politics relations. And whichever side you stand on, it's clear, neither Donald Trump nor Elon Musk is backing away.